Gonna try to get that rat piss smell out of this thing. Come on out, you know you want to. It was a lot. Is that a dead rat? Hello, my name is Nick. This is my low buck channel. I like to call Sunday Driver Rides. Thank you for joining me. It is appreciated. What are we doing today? Well, you see I got a bunch of leaves that are falling down and it's fall here. It's getting colder out. With that, I gotta haul leaves out of here. I'd like to use Ron to haul them out along with my trailer, because Ron's got a bed, unlike my Tahoe Betty. So I can haul more leaves and just less trips to the compost. So I need to wire up the tail end of this thing so I can take, so I have lights in the trailer and all that stuff. So let's look at this really ugly wiring on Ron and see what we can do. Should just be as simple as tapping into this in the back. Should be is the word. All right, let's quick review what these wires are exactly. Your white one here, that's your ground. This brown one is like your marker lights, you know, when you have your headlights on. Yellow one is your left turn, left brake. That's both on a trailer. It should be, well, I should say most trailers. The brake light and the turn signal are the same. And your green one is your right side for brake lights and turn signals. Let's get this thing wired up to old Ronnie there. All right, so I crawled under here, and they've got some sort of weird 7-way plug-in or whatever there. And look at that. Look at that. If I just split this apart, I bet. I wonder if this will work. It just made some adapters so it would go to that. Huh. Yeah, that's the plug-in I need, I think. If I cut that zip tie, I wonder if it'll reach. And I can test it on the trailer. It'd be kind of nice, huh? She almost reaches. Cut more of these wires, or this tape. See if she stretches a little bit. Let's find out. Well, look at that. I got brake lights on the trailer. One of my truck is burnt out, but the other one's going strong. Cool. That's a win. Okay, so I've got both turn signals work, but I have no tail lights. My headlights come on, but I have no tail lights. So I'll have to dig into that. But at least I got something coming back here, right? All right. Let's catch you up on what I found so far, okay? This was weird because for some reason they had an aftermarket headlight switch right there, and it was tied in to the high beam switch. So I got rid of that because I got this to work, because this originally didn't want to pull out. I got this to pull out. This is the original headlight switch. Long story short, my taillights weren't working because there's a bad connection in there or something. So what there is, on the back side of these underneath, there's a little button you can push, and then when you push it in and play with it a little bit, this knob for the headlights pulls right out. Look at how rusty that is. I'm guessing that that's why it didn't want to come out. So I'm going to wire wheel that. I might even throw a little dielectric grease in it. I'm going to play with it and see if I play with it enough, if that keeps my tail lights on. So yeah, let's wire wheel this bad boy and see what happens. All right, I got that all cleaned up. I even put a thin coat of dielectric grease on. You can see that's the one for the tail lights, I believe. Let's put this back in, and she should shut off. Should be the word. Oh, if I cleaned it up, whoop. Okay, now she's not grabbing it all. There it's going. Now if I wiggle it, hey, that helped. It flashed there for a sec. Oh, maybe it didn't. Yeah, she's still acting a little funny. Yeah, it's not good. So, I wonder if I work it a bunch. If I work it, maybe there's some corrosion in there. Can't hurt to try, right? Boy, she's working good now. Yeah. Yeah, maybe she just needed to be cleaned up a bit. Yeah, look at that. You know what? I'm calling that fixed. It's working every time now. Cool. That's a win. Ugh. All right. So I have this really nifty hole right here. I need to plug that up. So I got me some sheet metal, and I got my cutter, my cheap cutter from Harbor Freight, a sheet metal cutter. Guys, if you do a lot of sheet metal work, I'm telling you, this is the way to go. Perfect. I don't know, we'll do something here. Maybe I'll cut it one more time here. Just make sure it covers up that hole. Zeus her in. Might be a little stronger than the old duct tape. Might be. And there she is. Oh, she is just beautiful. It's ugly as sin, but I don't care. But you know what I think I'm gonna do? I think eventually I'm just gonna put a wood floor in this thing. I don't feel like putting a million patches in the floor. It just ain't worth it in my eyes. I'll just get some, I don't know, 1/2 inch, 3/4 inch ply. Maybe I'll even go fancy and get treated ply. No, I probably won't. But I will. That's the heck with it. I'm just gonna get plywood, throw it in here, call the holes in the floor there, over there probably. Call it good. She's just an old work truck, ain't you, Ron? All right, now I got it cleaned out. What I'm gonna do is I took a wire brush, all this quick. It took my leaf blower, blew it all out. We're just gonna hit it with some rust converter and kind of stop the bleeding. Not much, but I'm gonna at least seal it up with this quick, and then that way when I put wood down on it eventually, it's got some sort of rust preventer or barrier under it. It probably won't work much, but you know, I gotta try. All right, get the fan out. There she is, all spiffy. Let that dry overnight, and then I gotta get some wood in here. So it's dark out, and I'm checking my lights on the old Ron 72 Ford, and I noticed this. Look at all the branches in here. Something was building a nest in here. Right? Something else I got to do with this thing. All right, it's the next day. Ron and I went shopping. We got some plywood that we're going to put in the back of this. So I've got one piece there, I got one piece there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep this one big sheet in the middle, and then I'm going to cut smaller pieces for the corners. Okay? That way I just don't want a lip to snag on, you know. My trailer, that trailer over there, the little guy, I've got a seam going down the side of it. I hate it. I snag it with my shovel, and you know, I'm gonna use this thing. So, but that's why this next part's kind of silly. So what I'm gonna do is, it's not treated, so the back sides of them, I'm just gonna take some primer that I got, just laying around. I might as well use it, right? I'm gonna put it on the underneath where no one's gonna see it, and then on top, I've got all of this stain. I've got a ton of stain. I'm gonna make it kind of fancy. Does it make sense for this old thing? No, but it kind of look cool, I think, too. And then I just bought a can of that turbo spray clear coat stuff, so it'll help protect it a little bit, you know. But it's gonna get beat up, I get that, but I've got so much of this. I've got another full can in my garage, so I might as well use it, right? And two, I like that with stain look. I think it would look kind of cool in this thing. Kind of funny where it'd look all nice in the bed, but everything else looks like crap. I kind of like that idea. It's more work, and I don't have time for it, but what the heck? Let's do it. There it is. It's in. It's done. It's bolted down. I just took, you know, like cone heads, whatever you want to call them. I don't know. Machine screws with the big fender washer underneath. So I do with the smaller ones. I got 2 screws in. Whoop, get my hand out of the way. The back I got 3 there. In the middle 2. In the front I got 3. And then, like I said, each of the little ones have 2 screws in them. That should hold. It's nice right here. I would stay in here earlier and fall through. I'm not gonna worry about that now. Nice. I mean, look at that custom patch too. Sweet. I know I stained it, but I did. I had so much of that stain left. I was like, let's use it. Then I cleaned it with a turbo can of the clear. She'll work good for Ron. You like it, don't you, Ron? All right. Well, I got the back of the truck and the trailer loaded up with leaves. So let's go to the compost and drop them off, shall we? Doing leaves sucks. That looks like fun. Alright, enough daydreaming. Get back to it. Alright, now that I got the leaves done, the truck, I gotta get heat back in it. And as you can see, we've had a little bit of mice in here. So I gotta take this motor out. Let's check in the squirrel cage and all that fun stuff. Get any rat's nest out. Oh, there's more. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Gonna try to get that rat piss smell out of this thing. I don't think it's gonna be so easy. Let's dig in. That's big. Come on out. You know you want to. It's a lot. All right, I got the screws out for the motor. See how bad it is on the inside. Come on. Actually, not too bad. Oh, I take it back. It's bad enough, let's put it that way. A rat's nest in there. Right in there. Oh, yeah. Oh, she's packed. All right, I'm gonna take it all apart now. And I'm just gonna give her a good bath. Wash it up. I might even paint it. Out goes the heater core. Could be worse, I guess. Hey, look at that. That comes out even. Oh, yeah. We got some scrubbing to do. That looks nasty in there. All that black. No bueno. All right. Now that I've got all the big, clumpy insulation stuff and rat poop and piss out of it, and I even flushed out the heater core bit, let's throw some stuff in there. Let's start with this. This thing's nasty. Will it fit? Hey, look at that. It fits. I'm gonna let that soak for a while. I'll flip it, let the other end soak, give it a scrub, and we'll do it to all the parts, and then we'll paint them. Well, honestly, we'll probably just do rust converter on them because, as you can see, they're pretty rusty. That, I don't know, that one looks pretty ugly. Maybe I'll just make a new one out of duct tape. I don't know. We'll see. So I took the blower motor apart. Look at that. December 16th, 1971. Date stamped right on it. You think it works? You bet it does. I put a little grease in there and some silicone, just some spray, some lubricant, I should say. It's because she was a little loud, but I just knew it had some rust in that washer. Perfect. All right, fast forward a bit. I've got it, I took everything apart, cleaned it, put some rust converter on it. You know, you can see my nice tape job I did for this because there's a bunch of holes in that little flexi vent tube part. Fan motor works. Yeah, knock on wood. Hopefully she works good and hopefully it doesn't smell like rat piss. That's my goal. I mean, I even sprayed the inside of this thing just with rust converter and stuff, and I was scrubbing the inside and before that, obviously. So I don't want it to smell. That would be bad. All right, it is the next day, and the heater core assembly is all in. I used that wood to kind of hold it up in place while I went to the front. On the firewall, you can see there's just three nuts that hold it there. I think there's one behind that hose. Yep, and then another one there, and then your ports for your heater core. So I've got my connections made for the defrost and the heat and the off. The thing is, temperature doesn't work. Something's broke on this, and they actually just, on the heater core unit itself, they just had a wire on it and they just clamped it off so it stayed on heat all the time. So that's what I did. It's winter's just about here. It's getting cold out. So I figured I'd just keep it on that. So what does it matter, right? But at least I got this. I can go to defrost to heat. So, and to off, I guess. But I think the off has another control valve up front to cut off the water supply or the coolant supply to the heater core. But we're not going to worry about that. What I want to worry about now is see if this works. I've got the electrical hooked up. Where did I put my keys? Hold on. All right. I got my key on. Let's try it. I'd say that doesn't work. Dang it. Oh, that stinks. Okay, let's see what we got. All right, I figured out 2/3 of it. The ground I have, you see the ground, follow this alligator clip, that's where the ground's going. It's not grounding out very well. So now when you do it, I have middle and I have high, but I don't have low. It tells me that resistor, the blower motor resistor is probably shot in it. But you know what? Mid and high, I'm happy with that. I'll take it. So I just got to get a better ground, and then that will be good. So let's reground it, and then let's get some heater hose and give this thing a whirl. Okay. I was wrong. Okay, this one took me a minute to figure out. It wasn't the ground. Well, I mean, the ground's not, I don't think the ground was good, but either way. So I started playing with it. I got a new ground for it, and then all of a sudden it would work, and then wouldn't work, then would work, and then it just stopped working completely. Check the fuse. Fuse is good. Check the switch. When I was playing with the switch, it would like work and then not work. So I'm like, oh, the switch must be bad. So I pulled the switch out, and I'm looking at it. And as I pulled the switch out, you know, to pull it all out, the wiring goes all the way back. Let me see if I can show you. Come on. All that was hooked up was the wire going to the motor. This wasn't hooked up. This is your power feed. This wasn't hooked up. So this was all just dangling there when I pulled the switch out, and I went, when I was looking at it closer, I went, wait a minute, where's my power source? And I'm like, there's got to be another wire hanging. Sure enough, that was my wire. And it must have had a loose connection, because now when I test it, it works. It's so stupid. It sucks when you got to chase something that's just barely touching like that, and you're like, what is going on? Because this one did. This one took me a minute to figure out, to say the least. So I'm going to put it back all together. I'm going to put it all back together, Test it one last time. Make sure it works. Then I got to get some heater hose and some more coolant. Pray the water or the heater core doesn't leak. This one's got me flustered. But I think I got it. Not gonna wood. All right, please work. This has got to be it, right? Yes. No. Yeah. Okay, that switch is just a little touchy, that's all. Oh, beautiful. Oh, thank you, baby Jesus. All right, a little while later, got my heater hose in. You remember when heater hose was like under $1 a foot? Yeah, it sure is not under $1 a foot no more. It's ridiculous, the price of this. Anyway, quit your complaining. Let's start it up and see if it works. All right, she's running. Oh, she's getting warm. You know what? And I don't see any leaks yet. Yet being the word. Oh, but it's getting warm. Oh, it'll be nice to have heat in this thing. I still gotta hook up the vents for the defrost, but oh yeah, buddy. Oh, you gotta love heat in the winter, especially in this frozen state of Minnesota. Awesome. Total win. Total win. Look at that. Well, you can't look at heat, but I can feel it. Just trust me. It's working. Yeah. All right. I got heat. Yes. That's a win. Oh, that's such a good win. I just hope that heater core doesn't leak over time. There's still a good chance of that, but we'll just see what happens. That's all we can do, right? So anyway, Ron and I would like to say thank you for watching. It is appreciated. If you could like and subscribe, boy, we'd appreciate that even more. So let's call it an episode. Thanks for watching. Thanks again. Take care.